Marcus Hale pushed open the door of Willow Street Café and immediately spotted them. Three warehouse coworkers huddled by the window, phones angled at the empty table reserved under his name. Jard lifted his cup as if in a toast. Cole smirked. Travis mouthed, "Good luck." Marcus froze. A cold realization hit him like a punch to the ribs. This wasn't just a blind date. It was a setup, a prank, a cruel joke they'd been snickering about all week but pretending was harmless. And he had walked right into it. The single father, worn from double shifts and grief he never spoke about, had hoped, stupidly, that maybe his coworkers had been sincere. Maybe someone had actually thought he deserved company. Maybe, after everything he'd lost, life was finally giving him a moment of kindness. But the sight of those phones erased all of that. Then he saw her. At the corner table sat a woman in a soft maroon dress, Nora Bennett. Heavyset, hands folded tightly, eyes scanning every person who entered. Hopeful eyes, nervous eyes, the kind of eyes that expected disappointment but prayed quietly for something better. She didn't know. She had absolutely no idea she was part of their joke. Marcus felt his throat tighten. He couldn't walk away, not when she was the real target, not when the punchline was meant to fall on her shoulders. So he forced a breath, ignored the sting of humiliation burning under his skin, and approached her table. Nora spotted him and straightened instantly. Marcus." "Yes," he said softly. "Hi." She gave a shy smile, one that wavered when laughter burst from the men behind him. She didn't look back at them. She didn't have to. She'd been laughed at before, enough times that she recognized the sound of it anywhere. Marcus sat. "You okay?" She nodded quickly, too quickly. "I'm fine, just nervous." Jard chuckled loudly on purpose. Nora's eyes darted downward. "Are they with you?" Marcus hated this. He hated every second of it. "Coworkers," he muttered, jaw tightening, "and they shouldn't be here." Nora's shoulders sank. Her expression dimmed, as if she had already pieced together the truth long before Marcus even spoke. "They think this is funny, don't they?" she whispered. "A blind date with someone like me." Her voice cracked at the last words. Marcus leaned in, lowering his tone. "Nora, this isn't about you. They did this to get at me." He hesitated, then added, "and because they assumed you wouldn't matter." She closed her eyes for a moment, breathing shakily. "It's okay," she said. "I'm used to being the joke." "No," Marcus said firmly, "you shouldn't be." But across the cafe, the phones were still pointed at them, waiting for something humiliating to happen. Her crying, him walking out, anything they could upload or pass around the warehouse. Nora's lip trembled. She fought it, but Marcus saw the defeat settling into her posture, the walls going back up to protect her from the sting. Then she whispered, "Maybe I should go." "No," Marcus said immediately, his voice steady but quiet, the kind of voice that came from deep conviction. "You shouldn't leave because of cowards." She looked up at him, stunned by the certainty in his words. Marcus turned his head sharply toward the men. He didn't stand. He didn't shout. But the moment he locked eyes with them, something in the air shifted. Cole elbowed Jard nervously. Marcus spoke just loud enough to be heard. "Stop filming." Jard laughed, but the edge had weakened. "Relax, man. It's just a bit of fun." Nora flinched. Marcus stood. He walked toward them, slow, controlled steps that made every customer in the cafe look up. There was no anger on his face, just a quiet, dangerous disappointment. When he reached their table, he rested his hands on the back of a chair and said, with a voice so calm it silenced the entire room, "You planned this. You wanted to watch her get hurt. You wanted me to feel embarrassed. You thought humiliating two people who have already been through hell would make you feel big." Jard rolled his eyes, but his smirk faded. Marcus continued, "Look at her, really look. She showed up tonight hopping for kindness, hopping someone would see her for more than what others mock." His voice tightened. "She walked in with courage none of you have ever had." Travis swallowed hard, lowering his phone. "You recorded this thinking it'd be funny," Marcus said. "But it's not funny. It's cruelty pretending to be humor. And the fact that you need to tear down someone else to feel important," he shook his head slowly. "That's the saddest thing I've ever seen." Cole deleted the video first. Then Travis. Jard hesitated, but after a long moment of absorbing the looks from everyone around him, he lowered his gaze and erased the footage. Marcus didn't say thank you. He didn't need to. They weren't doing it for him. He turned back toward Nora. She sat frozen, eyes shining with tears that weren't just from embarrassment anymore. There was something else there now. Something like relief. Something like being defended for the first time in far too long. When Marcus reached her table, he crouched slightly to meet her gaze. "I'm sorry," he said softly. "You didn't deserve any of that, but if you're willing, I'd really like to stay. Not because of the prank, not because I feel sorry for you, but because you deserve a real date, a real chance, and I'd like to get to know you." Nora let out a shaking breath. "Are you sure?" "Yes," he said without hesitation. "Absolutely." She slowly set her purse down and nodded. The rest of the evening unfolded like neither of them expected. Nora opened up about her childhood, her love for stories, her fear of taking up space. Marcus shared pieces of his life he rarely talked about, the loneliness, the struggle, the memories of his late wife he kept tucked away. There was laughter, there were quiet moments, there was a connection neither of them had prepared for. When they left the cafe, Marcus asked, "Can I see you again?" Nora smiled for real this time. "Yes, I'd like that." Weeks later, Marcus watched his daughter Emma run into Nora's arms at the park, laughing as if she'd known her forever. And he realized something simple, something powerful. Sometimes life uses cruelty as the doorway to kindness. Because a joke meant to break them ended up bringing them together.